Welcome to the,
Sorry.
no problem. So I'll start again. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year program. My name is Sherry Day, and I'm the Communications Director at the Tampa Bay Times, and this is hands down one of my favorite programs of the year. And the reason why is because it celebrates two things that I hold dear: education. I am a lifelong learner. I love learning, and I am the child of two educators, and of course, the Tampa Bay Times. There is no greater source for news in the Tampa Bay area than the Tampa Bay Times. So when I get a chance to celebrate education and the Times, it is a good evening. And so I'm excited to be here today. I have a star-studded lineup for you this evening. So sit back and relax. We're going to have a great time and celebrate some good teachers. And I brought along a few of my friends to help us do it. First up is Conan Galley. Conan is the Chief Executive Officer and President of the Tampa Bay Times. Conan, take it away.
Well, thank you, Sherry. You know, I've got some fancy titles, but being Sherry's friend is my favorite title. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate being with all of you tonight. This is such a fun event. You know, we've been doing this for so many years. I hate that this is starting to become a tradition of doing this virtually. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to hand out these awards over a Zoom meeting, but it is good to see everyone's face. And I'm glad so many of you can make it tonight. You know, the Times is very proud to commit a substantial portion of its coverage to schools, school districts, board races, policy decisions that affect education. But I think some of the best coverage we do is the success of our students and our educators who really go above and beyond. Those are really the uplifting stories that we love to write, that embolden everyone who reads them to think of education as more than just a basic necessity, but as a launch pad for lifelong exploration. And our hats are off to all of you great educators who really exemplify that going above and beyond. So tonight we continue our great tradition of Teacher of the Year Award through NIE, also one of the best programs I believe we do in getting that great coverage that the Times does into the classrooms. And that doesn't happen without these great teachers to make that happen. So we appreciate all of you being here, and I'm going to turn the program back over to my friend, Sherry Day.
Thank you, Conan. So the next person up is just the worst boss in the world. I'm just kidding. This is my boss. This is Bruce Spallman. He is the most energetic person I know, bar none. He doesn't need chocolate to do it. He's just got energy and enthusiasm for days. So Bruce, would you introduce our sponsors?
Thank you very much, Sherry. And just as Conan has a wonderful friend in Sherry, we have a wonderful friend in our sponsors. Just a bit about the sponsors collectively. Our wonderful Tampa Bay Rays, they have been involved with this program since its inception, providing tickets to special made team jerseys with the winners' names. And for years, I would sit and my other colleagues from the Times, we would sit in the audience and listen to these wonderful stories of our educators and how they use the Tampa Bay Times and our special features that we produce to keep kids connected to their community. And we would also sit there and say, we want to give them more. We want to give them more. And I said, I know just the people to talk to. So a few years back, I gave my friend Bob, who you'll hear from in a minute, from Casper's company, McDonald's. And Cindy, you and I didn't directly talk, but I talked to one of your colleagues, Gary Vian at Suncoast Credit Union. And as I mentioned, you'll hear from William in a minute, but the Rays have been involved from the get-go. But when I talked to Bob and Gary, and I explained this program and said, what I'm asking from you is to help us really reward these folks for how they give back to the community. And without exception, Bruce, if it is for our educators, count us in. We are on board, and they have been for the last several years. So I'm going to ask each of you to say a few words. And Brother Bob, I'm going to start with you from Casper's. Are you out there, Bob?
He's out there, but he's on mute. So don't
He
forget to
did,
unmute,
well,
Bob.
he did before. Those of us that know Bob, he likes to talk and he's quite good at it. He put a piece of duct tape over his mouth just before he went on the air, and he maybe he's having trouble getting it off. So
There he is.
Bob,
He's
are
ready.
you there?
I did not realize I was still muted. Thank you. Thank you for those kudos, Bruce. I appreciate it. For all of us that are here tonight to honor the teachers that are getting this special recognition, it's more than just supporting teachers for us. There's always a selfish motive, and that is the teachers are the producers of our future workforce. We are the users, the end users of the products that they are developing in the schools. So we are very passionate about supporting our teachers and the work that they do. It is no small thing. It is a calling for them. We all know that. They are, to me, they cannot be recognized enough. And anytime there is an opportunity to put teachers up on a pedestal and to recognize them and let them know how much we appreciate them, we're all in and we're happy to be involved. So to Linda, the winner, and all of the runners up and finalists, congratulations to you. The honor goes all to you tonight, and we are just very proud to be a part of it.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. And Cindy, thank you again for Suncoast Credit Union and the foundation's involvement as well. So over to you.
All right, great. Thank you. We're really excited to be here, and thank you for that introduction. You know, the credit union's been around since 1934, and we were started by 4 teachers here in Hillsborough County, and we have grown to be the largest credit union in the state. We had a milestone this past year where we hit 1 million members. We're very excited about that. But what I'm more excited about is the things that we do to support our teachers and our school districts throughout the 40 counties that we cover in the state of Florida. The foundation who is helping support this tonight was started in 1990, a little scholarship that we gave out. And as of December 31st, we have been able to support our communities to the tune of $36 million. We're always looking for ways to help our teachers, help our districts, and we can't thank you enough for all the things that you do for our children, for my children in our community. So thank you again for letting us be part of this wonderful program.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And William, as I said, our founding sponsor, over to you from the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us to be a part of this night. It's virtually or in person. It's still a special honor to be able to show appreciation for the educators in our area. It's the mission of the Rays Baseball Foundation to improve the lives of those in need within our community, focusing primarily on education, youth development, wellness, and social responsibility, which sums up a lot of the hard work teachers do every year. Showing appreciation for our educators and supporting our students is at the forefront of all of our foundation's educational endeavors. We want to thank every teacher and educator here and around Tampa Bay for all the work they do all year long and the noble cause they've dedicated their lives to. I would also be remiss if I didn't give a special thank you to Jody Pushkin with the Tampa Bay Times Newspapers and Education, and also Cindy Helton with the Suncoast Credit Union. Without both of them, our signature education program, Reading with the Rays, which is our foundation's oldest education program, wouldn't be possible. So while we kind of have the fun job of playing baseball, there's a lot of people in the background to make our education programs and all that possible. So thank you to our teachers, Jody, Cindy, and Suncoast Credit Union. Thank you for including us tonight, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, William. And again, thank you to our amazing sponsors. We very much appreciate you. So Cherry, back over to you.
So I have to tell you that Bruce is, I didn't say his title. He's more than just my boss. He's the Vice President of Advertising and Marketing at the Times, and he's always encouraging us to shop our sponsors. So I'm so happy to say that I take my kids to McDonald's most Friday nights if they've had a good week. My children have savings accounts at Suncoast Credit Union, And we love the Rays. Now, I make them do reading with the Rays because the treat is to get a free ticket at the end if you get all the way around the bases. And you got some pretty nice players. I met Randy Arozarena at the new Tampa Outlet Mall in January. I had the photo, so get with me. I'll show you. He took a picture with me. It was so cool. So much, much, much love for all of our sponsors. I shop our sponsors. I support our sponsors, and we thank you for supporting us. Next up is Joe Deluca, who is a major baseball fan, but he's also the executive vice president and general manager of the Times. Joe, over to you.
All right, thank you, Sherry. And it's really truly an honor to be here. And it has been said by my colleagues, Sherry and Conan and Bruce, our newspapers and education program is something that we're extremely proud of, extremely committed to, both applying resources to and having the terrific personnel that we have devoted to it. And that is Jody Pushkin and Sue Badgery, who do a terrific job creating curriculum and materials for our NIE teachers. But the truth is, that curriculum doesn't come alive without the terrific creative work of our NIE teachers. And you're going to hear some stories today through the runners-up and our NIE Teacher of the Year of creative ways to use our curriculum and to teach students. And we're very, very proud to play a role in that. So at this point, we'd like to recognize our 3 runners-up. Each runner-up receives the coveted NIE winner certificate, a cash prize of $300, and a prize package, a fabulous prize package from the Tampa Bay Rays. So there's a lot on the line here, and so we'll get right to it. Our first 2022 runner-up is Rachel Kingdom. Rachel teaches science at Central High School in Hernando County. Rachel was chosen as a runner-up for her use of the Tampa Bay Times to teach environmental science. Rachel structures her lesson plans in order to incorporate local, national, and global current events pertaining to the environment. Her students use both the printed newspaper and online NIE resources to research environmental topics and conduct activities such as Think, Pair, Shares, which I'm sure we're going to hear what that is, debates, posters for gallery walks, and print and digital reports and presentations. Her students also use the newspaper for hands-on activities, including creating art with newspaper photos and creating children's books based on Tampa Bay Times articles. And as Rachel herself writes, my students look forward to the delivery each week of the newspapers. They enjoy looking through them and finding different relevant articles. It is actually becoming more fun for them and enhancing their reading levels in the process. They need something tangible and will actually put down their phones in order to read the newspaper. Some of my students have even asked their parents to get newspapers so they can read them at home. And so for somebody who's figured out how to have students put down their phones, it is my pleasure to recognize Rachel Kingdom as a 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year runner-up. So Rachel, would you like to say a few words?
Can you hear me?
We can.
I don't know. You can or can't?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I don't know. Yesterday I was having issues with Zoom, so I didn't know. I just wanted to say thank you. It is difficult sometimes to get students to put down phones. So having them, use the newspaper and wanting and looking forward to getting the newspaper every week and, multiple times. Some of them, will go straight for the newspaper versus the textbook. It's a total change, in the way they learn. And it's getting them back to basics, so to speak, back to where they need to be more involved. And I enjoy using it. And thank you.
And you are welcome, and thank you for everything you do. Congratulations, Rachel Kingdom. So our second 2022 runner-up is Dean Robertson. Dean teaches U.S. history and economics at Steinbrenner High School in Hillsborough County. Dean was chosen as a runner-up for his use of the newspaper as a catalyst for important conversations about history, current events, and critical thinking. Dean has been using the newspaper as an educational resource in his classroom since 1996. That's 26 years for those of you who don't have a calculator. Dean writes himself As a U.S. history teacher, I have found the paper to be a vital part of my instruction. Ensuring students can make connections between past events and the present is vital to their understanding of our history. Whether delving through articles regarding Tampa's connection to the Spanish-American War, learning about the evolution of political parties throughout time, or showing short video clips as hidden histories that highlighted Black cemeteries discovered locally. The Times provides a solid and objective viewpoint for students and allows them to think critically about historical events and how those events fit into their world today. Dean also uses the newspaper as a starting point to discuss issues such as misinformation, media bias, and algorithms that choose stories for people depending on their interests and social media habits instead of sending people to more trusted and objective news sources. He notes, no matter if my students are very low-level readers, ESE learners, or my highest level AP students, I have found that using the Times is beneficial to them all. And so for that, it is my pleasure to recognize Dean Robertson as a 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year runner-up. Dean?
All right, Joe, thank you. And thank you to all your sponsors, and thanks to the Times. You guys, you make Tampa history so real for my kids. But even if it's just the politics of the times, and we're talking about presidential debates, or if we're talking about Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders leaving from Fort DeSoto Park, it really does help make connections with kids, getting them off their phones. Rachel, I get to play Teddy Roosevelt, and I carry the big stick around, and I just beat them if they're on their phones. So I'll deny that. But thank you all. The newspaper is just a wonderful tool for us in the classroom, and I've been doing this a long time, and I've been using the paper a long time, and until I hang up the big stick, I'll keep using it. So keep publishing, and I'll keep using it. Go Rays! I'm a Safety Harbor guy, so I see the Threshers more than I see the Rays, but I get down to Tropicana Field every 3 or 4 times a year. So guys, thank you all for everything that you all do, and appreciate you having this event. This is wonderful. Thanks, guys.
Terrific. Thank you, Dean, and congratulations. And you do use some creative approaches with our curriculum, especially.
I don't really hit kids with a stick, but I do walk around with a stick, so scares them a little bit.
We especially appreciate the piece about talking through media bias and misinformation and trusted news sources. Something that we're focused on trying to do, particularly at the Poynter Institute. And so having you out there beating that drum just helps us with our young people. So thank you, Dean. Congratulations. Our third 2022 runner-up is Dwana White Hug. Dwana teaches journalism at Melrose Elementary School in Pinellas County, a longtime journalism partner of the Times. Dwana was chosen as a runner-up for incorporating journalism into kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms at Pinellas County's Elementary Journalism Magnet School at Melrose. Dwana always starts class by telling her students that journalists research, journalists inquire, and journalists tell stories. Very well said. Her classroom activities are focused on English and language arts standards for the kindergarten through 5th grade and reinforce what students are working on in their classrooms. For example, 1st grade students learn about the parts of speech and then identify them in newspaper articles. Others learn to infer what is happening in a photograph cut from the newspaper and then write a caption for it. Dwana uses the comic section to find examples of text features, figures of speech, and other language arts skills that students learn in class. Older students use the opinion columns in the Times to create their own opinion pieces. One class conducted a taste test of school lunch and wrote opinion pieces about it, complete with photographs. I need to read that one. Dwana notes, I use the print newspapers and the online edition for a variety of tasks for my scholars. Keeping them informed of what is happening in the world around them is extremely important, and it shows them the value of the news. So well said, Dwana. So it's my pleasure to recognize you, Dwana White Hug, as a 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year runner-up. Dwana?
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's just what we do here at Melrose. as a journalism school. We work closely with Gretchen, who is on here, I see, and journalism's at the heart of everything that we do. So the paper is a big part of that, and teaching our kids the importance of not only print news, but the Times is online as well. And our kids live online through their phones and technology. And so we show them how to access the paper online. And we also try to go through with them and tell the difference between what's real and what's not real out there. And we do that through the news as well. And we start with the littles, the 5-year-olds, and we go all the way up through our 11-year-olds and try to teach them how to navigate the news, be journalists. How do we inquire, tell stories, and ask questions and share what we learn with those around us by telling the news, whether it's broadcast or in print. And I'm just really glad to have been chosen as a part of this. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all three, to Rachel, to Dean, and to Dwana. We're very proud to work with you, and you're doing amazing work. And don't forget to look in the chat feature, because there's some very nice comments about you all in there, and you'd be remiss if you don't see them. So with that, again, congratulations to our runners-up, and let me turn it back over to my friend Sherry Day.
All right, fantastic. Congratulations, everyone. You have given me lots of ideas that I can incorporate into getting my littles to read the news. So I have them doing some reading to me when we're in the car on the way to school. They have to be my readers. But I love the idea of using the comics. My son Anderson is a twin. He reads the comics. He likes them quite a bit. I never thought about having them look for figures of speech and things like that. So I'm learning. Keep talking, because I'm taking notes. Next up, we're going to have Conan Galley come back. Remember, he's our CEO and president, and we are asking him to give our grand prize presentation. You ready, Conan?
I'm ready, but actually before I give the grand prize presentation, I want to give a shout out to a couple of our team members who are essential to making this program so special. Newspapers in Education, you're familiar with the program we run here at the Times. What you may not know is that Newspapers in Education is actually run at different papers all across the country. I've had the experience of working with a number of great teams, working for different publications. I can tell you that the team that you work with at the Times are the best. I mean, this is absolutely a wonderful Newspapers in Education program, and that doesn't happen without Jody Pushkin and Sue Bedry at the Times. Fantastic, fantastic team that does so much with just a small but mighty group. And so I just want to thank Jody and thank Sue for all the hard work they do to make this program so successful. So thank you both. And now it's time to recognize the 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year. The 2022 Teacher of the Year, there's some nice things that come along with it. A custom plaque that our Teacher of the Year will receive, a cash prize of $1,500, and a personalized jersey prize pack from the Tampa Bay Rays. How about that? Not to mention international fame and glory. I mean, that's, you know, that comes with it too. So without any further ado, our 2022 Newspapers in Education Teacher of the Year is Linda Cox. Linda teaches art at Baycrest and Morgan Woods Elementary schools in Hillsborough County. Linda was chosen as NIE Teacher of the Year for her ongoing use of the Tampa Bay Times and Newspapers in Education resource to promote literacy, civic awareness, and character development through art. Linda's used the Tampa Bay Times as a resource since 2015, and nearly every section of the Times has offered either content or ideas to enhance Linda's instructional strategy. However, she's most often using the Floridian section, TBT Weekend, and the comics, one of my favorite sections. When a specific artist is featured in the newspaper, Linda will incorporate the excerpts from the article in her lessons, while featuring articles from Floridian or the TBT Weekend to spark ideas for future lessons and projects. Linda often uses the comics to engage students through art, selected strips to help them illustrate the value of different illustrative styles. The resulting discussions encourage students to realize how their specific artistic talents are equally valid. Then they create their own illustrations based on what was discussed. Students also read the comics aloud as part of the discussion, reinforcing the reading skills they learn elsewhere as part of their overall education experience. For example, a Tampa Bay Times cartoon titled "Life is What You Make It" prompted a classroom discussion that centered on how students could make the world a better place. and inspired them to create original artwork around that theme. One of Linda's teaching goals is to regularly point out that students can build an artistic career if they are sufficiently dedicated and passionate about developing their skills. Linda notes that this goal is easier to achieve by using the materials from the Times to discuss possible careers, not only in fine art, but also in advertising, illustration, cartooning, graphic design, architecture, and other creative occupations. Linda also focuses on the character education in the context of her art curriculum. She regularly selects newspaper articles that illustrate the strength of the human spirit to use in class. And discussing these articles helps to build empathy and compassion while incorporating the connection to art. Linda notes, I believe that students need to read the paper at an early age so they can develop lifelong skills in critical thinking along with a passion for knowledge. Well, that's a great quote. And the Times effectively augments my ability to teach relevant and engaging lessons. In 2019, for those of you that have come to this event before, in 2019, Linda received an honorable mention for the NIE Teacher of the Year. And it's my pleasure to say, Linda, you are now the Teacher of the Year, the grand prize winner for 2022. So if you're ready, we'll go to you in the living room to say a few words.
Hi, I am so honored, blessed, and grateful to receive the 2022 NIE Teacher of the Year Award. First and foremost, I want to thank the Tampa Bay Times for having such an engaging, motivating, and relevant publication. It's a wonderful resource for teaching, and it makes learning fun for my students. I'd also like to express my appreciation to each presenter and the other sponsors of tonight's ceremony. Casper's Company and McDonald's. On a personal note, I look forward to getting my weekly crispy chicken deluxe sandwich on the way home from school. Also, many thanks to the Suncoast Credit Union Foundation for its ongoing support of the Newspapers and Education program and this event. I'm also grateful to the Tampa Bay Rays, which are hopefully heading back to the World Series again this year. Way to go, Rays. Meanwhile, I want to congratulate every runner-up for being such excellent teachers in these challenging times. They are certainly winners to me and to their students. Last but not least, I'd like to thank God, as well as my wonderful support system, my family, and my friends, plus the staff and administration at Baycrest and Morgan Woods Elementary Schools. This has been a wonderful and a memorable event, and I will treasure this award forever. God bless us all. Thank you very much. I'm so honored.
Very well said, Linda, and congratulations again. So well deserved to you and to all our runners up. Congratulations to all. Sherry, over to you.
Awesome. Congratulations, Linda. So good to see you, and so good to see you, Ward.
Thank you.
We'll ask Jody Pushkin now to come and close us out. Jody, as you heard Conan mention earlier, is our newspaper and education manager. And you're on mute, so don't forget to unmute, Jody.
There we go. Now I'm off mute. And hopefully I won't be interrupted by one of my many assistants who are about to meow into the microphone. So as the manager of the Tampa Bay Times newspaper and education program, I'm honored to be in the presence of our Teacher of the Year and runners up. You guys are just absolutely fabulous. I love working with all of you and hearing all the great things you're doing in the classroom. Research shows that young people who are exposed to newspapers in their classrooms are more likely to become daily readers of the newspaper, become more knowledgeable about the world around them, and become more involved citizens in their communities. In our ever-changing world of education and independent learning, quality primary and secondary sources have become paramount. Teachers need fact-based sources to enhance their lessons and encourage critical thinking skills. Students need creative teachers who make lessons relevant to students' lives, as well as to the state educational standards. That creativity and dedication to students is what we are honoring tonight. The Tampa Bay Times NIE program serves educators, students, and families by providing schools with class sets of the Pulitzer Prize winning Tampa Bay Times, plus award-winning original educational publications, teacher guides, lesson plans, educator workshops, all at no cost to schools, teachers, or families. Each year, NIE provides more than 1 million print copies and 10 million digital editions of the Times to area classrooms free of charge, thanks to our generous subscribers and individual corporate and foundation sponsors. We couldn't do this without quality, caring educators. On behalf of Sue Bedry and myself, I would like to thank all of our teachers and sponsors, especially Suncoast Credit Union, Casper's, and the Tampa Bay Rays for their support, as well as the Times executive team, Joe Deluca, Bruce Fallman, Conan Galley, Sherry Day, and Mark Katches, who couldn't be with us this evening. I thank you all for attending this annual event and helping us celebrate our teachers. And so does Samantha. Sherry, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to say thank you to all of you. Again, each of you is an inspiration. I'm a parent of children in Hillsborough County Public Schools, and they have no choice but to read the paper because I'm always shoving it at them. However, now you've given me some new and interesting tips to try. So I was taking notes, and I'll be trying some things that you are doing. Maybe I need a stick to carry around like Teddy Roosevelt. I appreciate the use of the comics and the opinion pages and just so many wonderful ideas I heard. And I really appreciated that you know that we give you more news your way every single day in print and online. So those of you who are using our digital edition, thank you so much for that. Please keep up the good work. It is our pleasure to partner with you. And congratulations to each of you. So go Rays. I'm getting my fries on Friday, and I'm making my kids put some money in the bank this week. Thanks to our sponsors, thanks to our teachers, thanks to NIE. Everybody have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you again, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
So excited to see you win.
Yay.
Thank you,
And I'm
Linda.
excited to see you, Sherry.
I know you are. We'll be talking, I'm sure.
Yes, we will.
Big stick
Thank you.
diplomacy, Sherry. The big stick works.
How do I get it to me?
But I can't use
Thank you,
it. I
guys.
just have to use it as a scare tactic.
Thank you all.
I got that.
Thank you. We're bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job, Jody.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for coming, Karen.
It's my
Thank you.
pleasure.
And thank you to all those other folks who showed up. Ray, we appreciate seeing you.
Joe, we'll see you next week.
You bet.